Good evening, Timmies. Before we get into the actual part of this video, I have two quick things to say. One of which is I'm not a nerd, so I'm not averaging up the money made from these vaults. I'm just going to tell you which ones are better than others, because realistically, one vault you could get hot shit, and then the next vault you can get the best loot in the game. Because of this, I'm going to also factor in how easy it is to defend and how easy it is to get to. Second thing I want to say is join the Discord. We got over 200 members in 2 days, which is crazy. But if you join it, then I'm in there a lot. I go into calls every so often. I message y'all. If you want to get in videos, that's the #1 way too. So if you want to get into video, make sure you join that. I'll put the link of that in the description. Also, last thing I want to say is this video is somewhat opinion based, although most of it is factual information. But if I shit on your vault that you love so dear to your heart, Tower, then I'm sorry, but it's not that good. First up on our list, also meaning the worst, is Silo. Now, I think Silo would be a lot better if there was just more crates. There aren't that many, and the chance of you pulling a Bar or a Dragonov is unfortunately not that low. The first one that I ran, I'll admit, this was a great vault. I did not expect to get this. I would have rated this a solid 7 or 8 out of 10. Now, actually defending the vault is pretty easy. There's only one way people can come from if you already cleared office. So defending it, I'd probably give it I'd say a 9 out of 10. People technically could camp if they know you're hitting it, but other than that, it's not that hard. Again, the loot is just so bad most of the time, and there's not that many crates, so this one's there's just no in between. It's either it's hot ass or you get mediocre at best. There's no, oh my gosh, I just hit the best silo of my life. Like, no one says that, because it just doesn't happen. I'll be honest, even if you're new to the game, I would still just do Island, as it's way better and it's easier. You'll see later in the video. The only time that I would run Silo is as a joke, because, that's what it is. There's no point in running this seriously. Oh, Tower. This one is a roller coaster of emotions and loot. You never know what you're going to get out of this one. I've gotten 2 Ragnars, AK Alpha, M1 SAS, multiple cards, and then I've gotten 3 bars of Dragonov and a can of beans. It is so off and on, it's crazy. The only time that I really recommend you run this is if you're collector grinding and you find a purple, or just playing Mach in general, and you find a purple there, just run it at Tower if you don't really care about keeping it for Scott or Trifecta, anything. If you just want to run it after you found it in raid, that's fine. That's what I do when I run Tower. I never bring in a card for Tower specifically. So again, the loot is not great. It is still better than Silo, but not by much. Defending it is kind of weird. I've got some people who think that it's the best vault to defend, and then I've got some people saying it's the worst. I kind of fall right in the middle. I don't think it's hard, but at the same time, it's not perfect, because yeah, you have those 2 massive windows where you can see the whole sides and stuff, but they're not perfect. And if you're not constantly checking those and someone gets right beneath you and you don't know it, they can easily just sit there and wait you out, which, yeah, I guess that's every vault, but it's not bad. I think it's definitely better than some of them, but it's nothing that special. Green key card. This one probably surprised a lot of you, as I don't want to say it's the 3rd worst, because it's in the middle, so it's not terrible, but it's not great. But the reason why I'm putting this as the middle is because the loot in it's hot ass most of the time, but it's still my favorite vault to run, especially with the other 2 key cards you can bring in it. They're so fun. It's Trifecta is the best you can do. With that being said, again, the loot is pretty balls, and I think the reason because of this is that the devs wanted the collector armor and the Exit 250 to be the main prize of killing collector, while the green key card was kind of just something special to run, not supposed to be all that great. Because, I mean, again, the vault isn't bad. It's just nothing crazy. A lot of people expect to get 4 AK alphas, 3 purples, 2 oranges, so many attachments, 4 T6s. Like, no, you're not getting that much. It's worse than a Scott loot-wise, but there is a ton of crates.
Okay, Lil Bro can have the rest.
When you guys are unloading.
Lil Bro can have the rest.
I swear I knew it.
Also, real quick, I forgot to say this. I'm not including oranges as vaults because realistically they aren't. They have 1 box. I will say, unless you're running trifecta on underground, I would just use your oranges on night, island, or day, depending on which one you play. Underground, you don't really need it. I only do it for trifectas because it's fun. Might as well. But other than that, just run them on island. Now talking about how defendable green is. If you do this vault solo, which I know 0.01% of people that play Tabor actually do this, although I have, so if you do green solo, it can be a little bit tricky, as if someone knows you're in there, they could definitely just hold you left or right, so it can be a little difficult solo. However, even if you have just 1 person, 2 obviously would be way better, but if you are a duo, it's not hard to defend at all. I just have 1 guy sit right outside of that gas door, so that you can hear them behind you, but you can see them in front of you. And, I mean, if they die, then all you got to do is just real quick run out of vault, swing them, kill them, and you're good. Real quick, if you were in the stream last night, you probably saw this. Oh, my gosh. I wiped this tree.
I'm dead. Oh, I'm not dead. I'm not dead. There's one burrito.
I killed one.
Burrito. There's one in burrito.
I killed a kid full collector. I killed a kid full collector.
There's one burrito. Last one's burrito.
Last one's burrito. Here, wait, this kid's not full collector.
He's priming an 8. He's burrito.
I killed one flanked. He's bleeding. He's smoke grenading. I'm gonna grenade it. Cover me.
Grenade. I got it.
That was it. That's perfect. I can't see shit. I killed him. He's dead.
Dude, holy
good shit, boys. Squad wipe. I'm crazy.
Holy fucking shit,
I just all 3 of them.
This is a different clip, but it happened on the stream, so I figured I might as well put it in.
Impact now. I'm taking your collector.
Somebody else is dead. You're dead?
I don't know how he landed that.
I'm behind. He was behind you.
There's more. 2 more. There's 2 more naked. One's dead. I know where the last one is. He's to the right from that. There's hella meds in my fucking.
I know.
Check my bag.
Hang on. Chill.
I need to like speed clearly.
I'm dead. There's like a slug guys down there. He has 2 fucking full kits now. And there's 1. Boy. No, yeah, go in the the little room in between.
Shut up.
He can see you the second you drop. He's on the right, very close. Just nade it.
I just killed him.
Okay, I'm watching your stream. Sorry, it's delayed.
So the underground purple, I often hear, is called the worst purple vault there is, and that's just not true. I'm pretty sure they buffed it because, yeah, I would have agreed with you when they first introduced it, but now it's insane. Oftentimes when I run it, I think it's better than green. There's not that many crates, but the stuff that you get out of the crates is usually really good. Most of the time, the 2 boxes on the left are full of attachments. I either get shift grips or the angled ones, which are both 5-6K a thing. And then I end up getting a GPU, sometimes a card, and then usually a high tier gun like an Alpha, SAS, or a Barrett. Defending it, I think, is super easy. It's basically the exact same as green, if not even easier. So, shouldn't have any trouble with that. I do think that the only factor holding this vault back is the fact that there aren't that many crates. There's also no armor, bag, or helmet crates, so definitely don't do this one if you're going for those. But again, money and guns / attachments, it's perfect for that. It's super small, but it has such great things that are worth so much money. Now, for me personally, I don't usually run this vault solo. I always tag it along with green because, again, there isn't that much loot to go around. It's just a good money vault. And I feel like it's the most commonly ran with people doing trifecta. Island is a great vault for a multitude of reasons. If you are new to the game and you just found a purple and you do not know what to do with it, I highly recommend you do Island. The only drawback that I'm going to say is the fact that a lot of other people run this purple very often. The loot pool is, I'd say for the most part, above average. You can get an unlucky one here and there, but for the most part, it's just an overall solid purple. But the reason why I like Island so much is, well, not the, I hate the map, but I like the vault, is because defending it is so unbelievably easy. There's a giant glass window where you can see people. There's one door, yeah, but if you just pre-fire someone, don't, or not even that, don't let anyone get that close to the door. All you have to do is swing them, grenade them, whatever. It's not hard to defend at all. Super, super easy. I mean, obviously, if you did the math, then the next best vault is going to be House of Scott. I'll get into that in a second. Although, if you're new to the game, this is probably going to be better for you because Scott is one of the hardest to defend, in my opinion. So, if you're super new and you just want to learn how to start running purples and getting them and whatnot, get all the loot, definitely do Island. Again, I mean, I've said this so many times, but it's so easy to defend, and the loot is, I'd say, above average. I know I said that too, but I'm just trying to reiterate, Island is good, even though it's like one of the most common vaults to run.
Ooh, this one was kind of ass.
Finally, we reached the best vault in the game. Now, I'm kind of only going off of loot-wise on this one because defending it is terrible, but I'll get to that in a second. The loot is great. There's helmet, armor, hella weapon crates, attachments. Like, there's everything is in this vault. Yeah, you do need a skull, but the easiest way to get a skull is to just do suicide raids on silo. It shouldn't take you more than 10 minutes to get. And purples, get them the same way you always get them. I might make a guide on that, not 100% sure. Again, the problem is defending it. There is one way into Scott, and there's also one way out, which is a staircase. This staircase can get camped in a multitude of ways. They can sit above the doorway, they can get in the doorway, sit in a dark corner, they can be waiting all the way outside and hold a whole angle across the street. It can get really complicated. Now, there is this whole vent thing in the bathroom that you can climb up and get to, but I don't really like it at all because you make so much noise going up it, and it really doesn't even help you that much. I mean, if one of your teammates goes in it, okay, and then someone goes on the stairs, that's fine. But again, there's still that main staircase that you have to get through. I still think that the loot outweighs the poor defending. Although I highly recommend you do not do Scott solo, as, I mean, if one naked creeps in and you don't realize, it could easily be fatal. So at least do it with a buddy and have them wait. Behind the bar is a pretty good spot. You'll see them walk in. You'll have an angle on their feet before they can see you. So I highly advise you do not do this solo. Also, the loot in these two raids were it was kind of ass, but I mean, it was viewer raid, so I wanted to put it in the video anyway. Usually, I will say you get better loot than this. It's only a slight chance that it's this bad.
Wait, okay, I'm good. What are you doing with your boob helmets? Yo, put them right here. I can get a thumbnail. Put them on your chest. A little lower, a little lower.
Oh.